Well, honestly, this is like a bucket list item to get to visit with Cass from Clutterbug today. So we thought we're all spending a lot more time at home and in our kitchens, and so let's declutter and organize them together today. And then we'll also visit to keep you company while you're decluttering. And while we visit with Cass, I'm gonna tackle this cabinet because it has become like the place where everyone just shoves everything that they don't know what to do with, so it could use a good decluttering and organization. And we encourage you to find a spot in your kitchen that you can work on too while we visit. So Cass, I think my mom has introduced me to all of my favorite YouTubers.
I love that. Hello, Luann. Thank you so much for introducing me to your daughter. This is amazing. My mom can't work a computer, so I love that your mom is a big YouTube watcher.
How long have you guys been like quarantined so far?
It's been almost 3 weeks here in Canada.
Oh, wow.
They took it very seriously. So we're not full quarantine, but
Yeah.
we're isolating for sure. And
Okay.
that means my kids are home and I'm just trying to work from home with 3 kids. It's been an experience.
And is Joe at home, or is he still get to go to work?
Yeah, Joe's still going to work a little bit. He's still going to work for a couple
Okay.
hours a day, and then he comes home and it's like full hazmat. You know, he's showering, he's taking his clothes off, which I think might be overkill a little bit. But I think his theory is if we're staying home and not going out, he would feel so bad if he brought something home.
Yeah. And are you the type, are you checking the news like hourly to see what's going on, or are you more like stick your head in the sand?
Yeah, I'm an ostrich for sure. I stick my head in the sand. I'm not really looking at the news. At first I was like, this doesn't seem so bad. And then when things got a little bit scarier, I'm like, I'm just gonna stay in my happy place and be oblivious.
Yeah.
But we're doing our part by staying home. So I think that's what we can all do
Yeah.
is just, we can literally save lives by watching TV and laying on the couch and eating snacks. So I'm for that. I mean, I've been preparing for this my whole life.
I love that on your video the other day where you were saying like, I grew up in the country 20 miles from anything, like by myself, like I'm prepared.
I am so ready for this, and I am definitely an introvert. So usually I'm looking for excuses to not go to baby showers. I know this sounds terrible, but I'm like, someone invites me over for dinner, I'm like, oh, what excuse can I find? Now there's a silver lining for
That's
sure.
awesome. And did you guys track down some more toilet paper, or are you still running low?
We were down to none, and then we actually had a shipment I ordered almost a month ago from Amazon finally came. So we have not full hoarder, but we're good. Okay. Yeah, we're good. How are you guys doing?
Well, I was getting nervous too because obviously that's not my tendency to stock up on things like that either. And so I was like, uh-oh, this is gonna be like the time where this really comes back to get us. But just when we were starting to get low, we were actually at the home improvement store, and there was a shelf. I saw this other guy, he like saw it too, and we both kind of like looked at each other and then just kind of fast walked over there to get some. And so, but I still was like, do I get a lot now, or do I, like I don't want to take it from everybody else, and so I just got one package. So, but we should still be good for a little while.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing. You know, when we have to go out and get something, we're like trying to be very calm, and you can see everybody else like with their fake calm, like don't fill your cart and look like a crazy person.
Yeah.
So one thing of milk, even though you want to load everything up, you resist the urge to do that. So everyone has some.
That's awesome. And I thought we should maybe work on decluttering our kitchens today because, well, A, we're all at home and having to cook more, but also like our cupboards are really full of extra food now too.
I love that idea because I'm like a shop a couple of times a week type of person normally. And so now that we're buying, I want to say in bulk, and I am not a bulk shopper, where do you put it? But my kids are cooking now just to help with boredom and to teach life skills. And the pots and pans are sort of overcrowded and overstuffed, so they're having a hard time finding things to easily prepare meals. I'm used to the chaos, but I wanted to really declutter the cooking utensils so it's easier for them to make dinner.
Right. Okay, so I am just pulling everything out and roughly categorizing it. One of the biggest problems in this whole cabinet was that stuff just wasn't getting put back where it goes. Like these are serving dishes, but they were down on this main shelf. And we all know how kids' cups tend to multiply. We have this one, This one they got from a birthday party. They've had them for a while, so they're kind of over the novelty. These ones were supposed to color change, but once they went through the dishwasher, they don't color change anymore. So all of these are gonna get passed on now, and we'll go back to having just one cup for each of the kids. And so what would you say to people who are like, you know, we have a lot of extra time right now, but I'm like having a really hard time finding the energy to work on cleaning or decluttering. Like, where would you recommend they start?
Starting with one drawer or one cabinet, because it's so motivating. I always say there's nothing you can do that gives you that instant gratification like decluttering and organization.
Yeah.
You can spend 15 minutes doing something and see immediate results that actually improve your life every single day after. So you're gonna have to force yourself to get up and do one drawer, but that pride and, you know, seeing what you've accomplished is gonna create that motivation to keep going.
I think that's really good. And I think if you're also feeling, I don't know about you, I feel really mentally tired right now. And so our old coffee pot stopped working, and I found myself being like, but what if we need it? Like, what if we can never buy a coffee pot again? And then I'm gonna regret getting rid of it because Tom probably could have fixed it, and you know, and so I think the idea of like a quarantine bin right now, if you're feeling like I can't trust myself to make sound decisions, would be to have a box where we just put some of these items that we're not sure about in and stick it in the garage or the basement for now, and not have to worry about making those kind of decisions, and just free up some extra space so we can have our kitchen be a more enjoyable place to be right now.
I love that idea. Yeah, I call it the time capsule method. So you put things in a box and you write, like, if I haven't used this in 6 months, then I can let it go, because it is scary decluttering, especially if you have anxiety or fear or financial instability in the past. It can be so hard to let go. So I love the idea of packing things up to make today easier to function in your kitchen, but you don't have to have that fear.
Yeah. How many extra water bottle tops do I need? At one point, all the kids had their own water bottle like this with a top, but they get left outside and our dog gets them or they forget them somewhere. So we only have 2. So I kept extra lids because I'm like, well, maybe if they lose the lid to one of those, we'll need it. Apparently go through more bottoms than lids because we have like 4 extra lids. So these are we're just parting with these, and I'm not gonna get those water bottles anymore. They don't actually hold up well. On a similar note, this water bottle, I don't even know what happened to it. I think Tom used it and something happened. I don't know how I have the top and not the bottom, but I don't have the bottom anymore. So this just needs to get thrown away. These, I should have passed these on a long time ago. I hate cleaning these, even if I spray them, I just use the paper liners. So I'm gonna get rid of these too. And Cass, you have a new book coming out. When does it officially come out?
April 28th it comes out. It's a journal. I've never journaled before, and it just, I didn't think it was my thing, and I started a gratitude journal about a year ago, and it changed, it made me so much happier. It changed the way I used to compare myself to everyone. I still do, but I found myself always looking for the next thing or where I want to be, and now I really focused on what I'm grateful for today. So after journaling, I was like, I want to make a journal to help people with that mental anxiety about decluttering, to help them work through it.
Well, and I got to glance through it just a little bit, and it looks really cool. And I think a lot of us, you know, how many books have we started and not finished? But this, that it's like really interactive. It's such a down-to-earth approach. Like, everything you do is, I think we all can relate to, and it's really cool, and I love all the different activities. I thought one of them that was especially cool, especially as we're working on kitchens, is to actually take a picture of your kitchen, see like what clutter you've become blind to.
Yeah, clutter blindness is like a real thing. It really is.
Oh yeah,
you know, it's like when I see a picture of myself on Facebook, I'm like, whoa, I look like that? I feel the same way about my home. When I look at a picture, I'm like, what? What's all that clutter in the corner? So taking a picture is such a great way to just look at your space through different eyes, through fresh eyes.
That's awesome. I think another thing too that's been helpful in our kitchen, and this is talked about a lot, but if you're not sure where to start today in your kitchen, would be to clear off the counters. Do you keep your counters pretty clear? I think so.
I do. I'm a ladybug. So for me, I love visual simplicity. I'm still a clutterbug. I'm not a minimalist at all. I'm at all. I'm like the opposite of a minimalist, but I love visual simplicity. So my counters are always clear. So my issue is I hide things in cabinets and forget about them.
Okay.
So my counters are clean,
yep.
but I need to declutter that hidden area. For me, the stuff that's on the counter, if there is anything, that's the stuff I'm actually using all the time. It's the stuff hidden that I'm not using that's taking away that valuable real estate.
Yeah, I think we can relate to that. Yeah. Okay, so this is everything that was in that cabinet that I'm either gonna get rid of or just needs to get put back in its actual home. I'm really surprised how much stuff it is. Stuff like this, I got this from Grove. It had the little bamboo brush. It was in the back of the cabinet. I'm not using it, and I'm not going to in the next couple weeks. The other thing was that whenever we have company and we pull out like our Melmac dishes that we keep in the basement, they weren't getting put back. So they're getting in with our regular rotation of dishes, and same with just some of these other dishes, our serving dishes, but they didn't get put back away. They got put back on this shelf with our regular dishes, and so then they were just getting used like cereal bowls, and then we were ending up with lots of dishes by the sink again. So I'm paring this all back down to just the plates and bowls that we use on a regular basis. And how can people get a hold of your journal?
Yeah, it's available in any online bookstore. Amazon usually has the lowest price, and I'm giving away like a pre-order bonus. I hate salesy stuff. Are you like that? You're just like, salesy stuff. Yeah. But I do have a pre-order bonus on my website that you can check out at clutterbug.com.
Well, and I think if people are wanting to kind of get started right now, I think the bonuses are especially helpful. What's all included with those?
Yeah, so I have a free How to Clean Like a Boss ebook and a bunch of cleaning routine checklists. Are you a routine person?
No, not at all. I hate checklists.
I hated checklists
I feel like
too.
It would be really helpful right now, like with what we're dealing with right now, because everybody's home. So I feel like we need some kind of order.
Yeah, I mean, I am so much like you in that way. I hated checklists. I thought like, don't put me in a box, man. I don't like structure and I'm free and you know, I just couldn't stand it. But as a person, like I have ADHD, so a really flexible checklist that was visual and simple. I'm talking like 5 things a day. That really helped keep me on track. Like I needed that. And sometimes I don't do everything on the list, but just having it brings me back to center every single night before I go to bed. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta do this one last thing. And that was really life-changing for me. So I agree. I'm not a huge checklist person.
For people that don't like checklists, is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think I include like 30 different ones. So you can look and say like which one really resonates with you. Exactly. Because cleaning is not one size fits all either. It really isn't. Everyone has a different style.
And I think like our oldest, she really thrives on like order and routine, and that's not me, but I could see, especially right now, if we had something like that on the fridge, she would really enjoy that and checking things off, and that would help bring some comfort to her right now too.
Yeah, and even though I don't love structure and routine either, it brings comfort to me. Like I feel like when my home is in order and in control, I feel more in control.
Yeah, and I think right now, like my type of personality in the past, when things are feeling kind of crazy, I would have been the one to kind of just let things slide and be like, you know what, I'm not gonna finish cleaning up the kitchen tonight because it's just gonna become a mess in the morning again because everybody's home. But I'm realizing that I need to not just be so complacent like that and actually work on keeping our house just picked up and tidied up, because everybody feels so much better when it's in order. Yeah, it definitely lessens the anxiety. And I feel like clutter attracts clutter. So if you've got a pile of dishes on, oh my goodness, you know, on the counter in the morning, everyone's just gonna keep stacking all day where that is. Or a pile of paper, everyone's gonna keep stacking. But if you go to bed at night and make sure that things, you know, spend 10 minutes just tidying it, everyone naturally in the morning is gonna put the stuff in the dishwasher or put things away when they're done with it. Exactly, yeah, you're so right on. So for me, getting our cabinet back to looking like this, where it's really easy to find what you need, it's really easy to see where everything goes and to put things back in its place, it just feels so worth it to me to get rid of all of this other stuff that doesn't need to be in there so that we can just enjoy this again. So it feels really good to get this simplified again and in order, especially because we're spending so much time at home right now. Well, I'll put the details down below of how everyone can pre-order your book and check it out. Can we do that thing where we say like, thank you to everyone who's sticking around to the end? Yes, we totally can. You say it, you say it. I feel like I'm gonna get it wrong.
No, don't be pressure. Just say it, whatever.
All right. Thank you to everyone who stuck around to the end. I want to ask you a little more about your weight loss surgery.
I would love to talk about it. Let's do this.
Thank you for being so transparent with the process. I think it's been so helpful to everyone, and just to kind of hear, you know, how you've thought about it and considered it and weighed the options. And so has it felt weird, like doing something that's actually very personal so publicly?
It is, yeah. I had actually some friends and family who had the surgery before, and all of them kept the surgery a secret and told everyone they were doing it through diet and exercise. I knew because we were close.
Oh, wow.
But I just thought, why does there have to be a stigma attached to getting a tool for health? Right? Why does this have to be an embarrassing, shameful thing? So I really wanted to be open and honest just with my own journey, to just not only, you know, to be open and honest, but also to sort of help maybe knock down the stigma that this is a shameful, cheating, embarrassing way to lose weight.
I think that's really good. And I think it's been good because sometimes people can assume, like, when you just start talking about it, like, oh, this was a rash decision, or you've put no thought into it.
Yeah, it's definitely a bold decision. Don't let me, I'm not gonna even pretend at all that this wasn't I'm an impulsive person, so if there was the chance for me to just walk in one day and be like, today I want to have weight loss surgery, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have done that. But but here in Canada, it is a year-long process of weekly meetings with nutritionists and counselors and all of this stuff. And so all of my family and friends and husband were really against the surgery too, supportive, but didn't want me to have it. But I just felt like at 40, I was like, I need to get in control of my health. I felt so in control of so many areas of my life, but I could not get this. I kept trying and failing. And so I thought, it's time for me to get another tool for my toolbox. It's okay to ask for help from professionals.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so do you feel like it's achieving the goals that you had hoped from it?
Okay, I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't feel that different.
Okay.
I thought I'd feel healthier.
Yeah.
I thought like I'd be able to just like start running and stuff. No, I'm still very out of shape. And so there's still a lot of work that I have to do to get to my goal of being healthier. I was pre-diabetic, which I'm no longer pre-diabetic, which is amazing. I had high cholesterol. I no longer have that, which is amazing. And obviously I'm a smaller size, but I realized like the journey of health isn't just about weight loss. So now it's like, oh man, I gotta, you know, eat fruits and vegetables more and get more protein and lift weights. Everything's sagging in all the wrong places. And so it definitely isn't like you have the surgery and you're like a Play-Doh machine, you walk out a supermodel. I thought that would happen. It did not.
Well, that's good for everyone to know that's maybe thinking about it too. So.
And I'm really happy I did it. I'm not recommending it at all, or I don't want to say either way, but for me personally, I'm so thankful and grateful that I did it, because it's one thing. I'm happier. I'm just happier. And I don't know why I'm happier, but I'm just happier. And that's the whole point of trying to better yourself, is to have more self-esteem, to love yourself more, and to be happier. And I wish I could have felt that way before, but I couldn't get there. So.
Well, I think that makes us all really happy to hear, because we love you and we all want you to be happy, and I think it is coming through, and it's been fun to see the transformation too. So yeah, I think that's really awesome to hear. So, well, thank you so much for doing this with me. I mean, I totally adore you. You're like my favorite. So.
You're my favorite YouTuber. You put out so much content too. I'm always like so jealous. I'm like, man, you're killing the game. You should be so proud of yourself. Just encouraging people, putting out so much amazing content. Good for you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And so now everyone will have to switch over to your video, and I'm going to ask you if you think you could ever be a minimalist.
I love it. We'll see you soon over on my channel.
So I'll put all those details for Cass's new book and the freebies that she's giving away, the checklist that you probably need right now. That's down below. Now, if you haven't already, head over to Cass's channel and check out the other video.